What's going on, guys? Victor here with a brand new video. I'm making another one before I call it a day. Obviously, for you guys that hadn't seen my last video, happy Easter. It's going to go down. Today is a beautiful day here where I'm at. I hope you guys are having a beautiful night, a beautiful afternoon, beautiful morning, wherever you are around the world. I want to talk about another fight that's going to be going down on May 15th on UFC Fight Night. Cory Sandhagen versus his former teammate, former training partner, and the return of TJ Dillashaw, who's been out for the last 2 years. TJ Dillashaw is 35 years old. Cory Sandhagen is 28. Cory Sandhagen is obviously going to have a reach advantage as well as a height advantage against TJ Dillashaw. Obviously, Cory Sandhagen is 14-2. TJ Dillashaw is 17-4. Both these guys used to train with each other. Both these guys know each other a little bit. So obviously, it's going to be very interesting to see what goes down during this fight. Cory Sandhagen's been an absolute tear. He's barely taken any damage during his last two fights. Knocked out Frankie Edgar as well as Marlon Moraes. Both of those fights ended in the first round via TKO or knockout. So obviously, Cory Sandhagen is not an individual to be played with. And then you got TJ Dillashaw. We hadn't seen him in 2 years. The last time we saw him is when he went down to the flyweight division to try to grab a second belt to add to his bantamweight belt against Henry Cejudo. He got knocked out. He got popped for EBO and ended up getting a 2-year suspension from USADA as well as the UFC. Now he's back. He's trying to get back into the thick of things. He's trying to get his title back as fast as possible, which is why he's taking this fight against Cory Sandhagen, which is a very, very huge risk. Like I said, Cory Sandhagen has just been murdering guys left and right. His reach and his length, it's just a huge disadvantage for other opponents that he's going to be facing because it's so annoying to deal with. Obviously, you face another shorter fighter such as Frankie Edgar, and Frankie was never able to really see that flying knee come out of nowhere and hit him and really knock him out, knock his wins out. And next thing you know, you had Moraes. Obviously, Cory Sandhagen hit him with that spinning wheel kick, basically hit Moraes right on the noggin, right on the ear, that knocked out his equilibrium and really messed his balance up, which caused him to basically go to the ground. Cory Sandhagen was able to finish it via ground and pound, so obviously the length is always going to be a problem when it comes to fighting Cory Sandhagen. Obviously, one of my most notable fights that Cory Sandhagen was in was against John Lineker. John Lineker was a monster at that time, and he had already faced the best such as TJ Dillashaw, and Cory Sandhagen really took it to him. Cory Sandhagen took all of the strikes that John Lineker was trying to knock him out with, and John Lineker had already knocked out a bunch of guys before fighting Cory Sandhagen, and Cory Sandhagen was able to take them all with a grain of salt and win that fight by decision. So obviously, Cory Sandhagen, he's got the skills that pay the bills, and so does TJ Dillashaw, but obviously being out for 2 years is definitely going to have an impact on him. I don't care if you've been out for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you're going to have a little bit of ring rust going into your first fight post-suspension. And like I said, TJ Dillashaw is a well-rounded mixed martial artist. His mainstay is basically his main attribute is definitely going to be the wrestling. He was a former Division I wrestler at California State Fullerton, and Cory Sandhagen, I can't say what his specialty is in, but the guy is well-rounded as well. And if I'm TJ Dillashaw, I'm going to try to take this to the mat as fast as I possibly can because I believe he's not going to be able to deal with that length and reach of Sandhagen, and he doesn't want to get caught with a flying knee or a spinning wheel kick or some sort of crazy leg kick such as a spinning reverse side kick or a axe kick or a crescent kick or any of those, because Cory Sandhagen most likely has all of those in his arsenal. Obviously, if I'm Dillashaw, you take him down, you try to work your jiu-jitsu because TJ Dillashaw does have some great jiu-jitsu, and try to submit him as fast as possible. If you're going to stay on the feet with Cory Sandhagen, just keep the movement at all times. You want to make sure you evade the punches, and if you're trying to inflict any damage on Cory Sandhagen, kind of work the feints. You want to work the feints no matter what. You want to make Cory Sandhagen react on those feints, and then as soon as he reacts, you really want to throw a lot of leg kicks, whether it's a calf kick, whether it's the quad kick, whether it's a kick to the hamstrings. Obviously, you want to inflict a lot of damage on those long, lanky legs on Cory Sandhagen because it will render his movement substantially. It will also cause him to get a little bit slower as well. Also, you want to get it against the fence. You want to get this fight against the fence, make it a little bit sloppy, try to basically latch on to a double leg takedown and kind of dump him that way. If not, like I said, keep the movement no matter what. Keep evading and counter. You always want to counter because Cory Sandhagen likes to get in there, but he's a master of the reach. Obviously, he likes to fight at a distance for a reason so he can get the better hand of you. So obviously, Dillashaw is going to have to get into his range, smother him a little bit, and make sure he doesn't get any of the shots off. Cory Sandhagen, like I said, he's got to take advantage of his reach and try to get the knockout no matter what. If not, then make it an ugly fight. Try to get an Imanari roll and try to get a takedown against TJ and try to knock him out via TKO. But like I said, his bread and butter is on the feet. He's been amazing lately with his striking, and I believe he's going to try to keep it on there. I believe he's going to stuff any takedowns that TJ Dillashaw is going to try to put on him. Obviously getting the underhooks, overhooks, a wizard in, just sprawling as deep as possible. And like I said, this is going to be an amazing fight. If you ask me who's going to win, I think it's going to be Cory Sandhagen. His 2-year layoff is a little bit too much for TJ. TJ isn't going to be on the EPO, even though I do believe that... actually, no, I believe it was going on even before this fight with Cejudo, that he's taking EPO because certain fighters can get away with a lot of things. They can kind of creep through the system with weird ways, weird techniques, and fight with steroid EPO in their system and continue to win fights. So he might have been doing it even longer before he fought Henry Cejudo, but it's going to be an interesting fight. I don't think it's going to go the full 5 rounds. I think that Dillashaw is going to get finished by not Henry Cejudo, by Cory Sandhagen, and I think Cory Sandhagen is most likely going to knock him out with his fist. I think he might get a nice cross or a nice hook in, which is going to rock TJ Dillashaw, and then he's going to finish him off via ground and pound. And I believe he's really not going to take that much damage in this fight because Cory Sandhagen has evolved this game to a new level, to championship level, and I believe he will get that title shot if he does beat the former champion himself, TJ Dillashaw, and fight the winner of Jan versus Sterling, depending on how that fight goes. Hopefully those two don't have a trilogy fight because, like I said, for me, that last fight, if Jan didn't commit to such a stupid mistake, then he still would have been the champion. But it is what it is. Cory Sandhagen and TJ Dillashaw are waiting in the midst, depending on who wins that fight. Like I said, I got Cory Sandhagen winning. Whoever wins that fight gets the next title shot next. Dana White has already confirmed it, so can't wait to see what happens there. Hope you guys enjoy the fights on May 15th. A lot of the undercard fights and the rest of the fights on that main card have not been announced so far. I checked Google, I've checked the UFC, there's nothing there yet, but there will be very, very soon. Just keep your eyes and ears out, and we'll see what happens. Stay safe, guys. Stay blessed. Enjoy your Easter Sunday, and we'll talk soon. Later.